Hey everyone! So today we're going to dive into the world of a song, and I mean really dive in, to unpack its amazing message about life, about contrast, and where we fit into the whole picture.
Right from the get-go, the song hits us with this beautiful puzzle. It's saying that our world, the reality that you and I believe in, isn't just ours alone. It's connected to someone else's, like we're all weaving this one big, unfinished tapestry together. And then, boom, we get a huge clue. Our world isn't just one single thing. It's defined by contrast, something as basic and as powerful as the light and shadow you see from the sun. It's about the two sides of the coin.
And to wrap up the intro, it tells us that life isn't some short race, it's an endurance event, a marathon that just keeps going. So these three ideas are really the building blocks for everything this song is about, and we're about to take a much closer look.
So that brings us to the big question for today's explainer. What if all those contradictions we feel in life? What if they aren't problems to be solved? What if they're actually the entire point? Let's break down how the song makes this really fascinating case.
Okay, so let's start with this first idea. Our world as this kind of unfinished puzzle.
When that chorus comes around again and again, it's not just so we can sing along. It's basically a philosophical gut punch every single time. It's asking us to accept that our reality is all of these things at once. It's unfinished, it's built on contrast, and it's a marathon. And to get a handle on our world, we have to embrace all of that complexity.
So if our world is that complicated, how in the world are we supposed to navigate it? Well, the song gives us a pretty surprising place to start. It tells us to turn towards our despair, not run away from it.
Now get this, because this idea is pretty radical. Instead of fighting off those feelings of despair or trying to pretend they're not there, the lyrics say we should actually honor them, give them some respect. And then, and this is the key part, we mix in a little gratitude and a little hope.
And just like that, a line of poetry becomes the super practical three-step guide for being more resilient. See, it's not about getting rid of the negative feeling. It's about adding positive layers right on top of it.
And this whole idea of layering the positive right over the negative, well, that takes us directly to the song's main message, the incredible power of contrast.
The lyrics are telling us that growth doesn't just happen out of thin air. No, it's by looking our fears and doubts right in the eye, by actually facing them, that we create the perfect soil for faith to start growing.
And this is just such a brilliant way to think about it. Faith isn't about having zero doubt. Not at all. Instead, faith is the thing that can sprout from our doubt, and it's often made even stronger by the very things that challenged it.
It's the exact same dance we saw a minute ago. Hope isn't the opposite of despair, where one just cancels the other out. They're partners. They exist together, and honestly, each one gives the other its meaning. You can't really appreciate the light if you've never known the dark, right?
But this whole theme of contrast isn't just about what's going on inside our heads. What about the rhythm of our everyday lives? Yep, the song has that covered too.
First, it just completely nails that feeling of modern life, doesn't it? That constant rush, the pressure, the chaos. It just feels like the default setting for so many of us.
And then, right in the middle of all that stress, it points to the alternative. And it's not some far-off dream. It's a slower pace that exists at the exact same time as the chaos. A feeling of grace and calm is always there, a quiet contrast just waiting for us to tune into it. So here's the big takeaway. All these opposing forces, they aren't a mistake. They're not a problem we need to fix. According to this song, they're the very fabric of our world. This is the main event.
This table really just lays it all out for us. It summarizes these core pairs. We've got despair and hope, doubt and faith, fast and slow, fear and love. The song presents these not as battles we have to win, but as the fundamental dynamics we get to live through.
And this is the final thought that ties it all together. Life isn't about picking one side and trying to destroy the other. Life is the stage itself. It's the arena where all of these contrasts are constantly in motion, interacting with each other, and creating this incredibly rich, messy, beautiful thing we call being human. And that leaves us with one final thought, which is really a question for you. The takeaway from all this isn't some neat and tidy answer. It's a new lens to look at your own life through. So I'll leave you with this. Which contrast, which of these dances is playing out in your world right now? Because when you start to see it, you're not just fixing a problem. You're finally starting to get the beautiful, complex point of it all.